Putin bad news. Putin's Terminator tank is destroyed by a drone in this video captured in Ukraine. The situation for the Russian military in Ukraine is dire. Russian forces have lost hundreds of thousands of men and tens of thousands of heavy weapon systems and vehicles in the nearly 19 months that this conflict has lasted. It appears that Kyiv's counteroffensive is proceeding more slowly than many Western analysts had anticipated. Ukrainian forces are advancing steadily, however, and have been instrumental in the destruction of some of Moscow's finest weaponry. The Russian military probably lost its second BMPT Terminator tank support vehicle in a recent engagement in the Donbass last weekend. Using multiple suicide drones, Ukrainian Special Operations Forces disabled and then severely damaged a Russian BMPT Terminator and AT-80 main battle tank that had come to the Terminator's aid. The T-72 main battle tank chassis serves as the foundation for the BMPT Terminator, which is armed to the teeth with 49M120 Ataka anti-tank missiles, two 30mm autocannons, two grenade launchers, and a 7.62 machine gun. The BMPT Terminator is an intimidating weapon system that weighs around 53 tons. To clear the way for main battle tanks to engage enemy tanks or provide fire support, the BMPT Terminator is built to eliminate anti-tank positions and infantry. One BMPT Terminator had been destroyed by Ukrainian forces on the eastern side of the contact line up until this point. A BMPT Terminator was destroyed in eastern Ukraine by Marines from the 140th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion in February with the help of artillery. Russian morale has been shattered after months of seeing their best weapon systems get pummeled by Ukraine's Western weapons, and the loss of another BMPT Terminator in the fighting will likely have an impact on both operational costs and morale. When it comes to their most cutting-edge weaponry, the Russian government has been notoriously cautious. T-14 Armata main battle tanks, BMPT Terminators, and Su-57 Felon stealth fighter jets are just some of the weapons the Russian military has been careful not to use in open combat. Several T-14 Armata tanks were reportedly stationed in an area near Ukraine, though it's unlikely that they saw any action. For their part, the Russian aerospace forces have reserved their small fleet of Su-57 Felon fighter jets for use in far-ranging attacks. Only the BMPT Terminator represents the Russian military's willingness to risk or desperation in close-quarters combat. The Russian Ministry of Defense has been hesitant to publicly showcase its cutting-edge weaponry out of marketing considerations. Despite the conflict in Ukraine, Russia's defense and aerospace industries remain among the largest in the world. Moscow is concerned that removing its top-selling goods from the Ukrainian market will hurt its international sales. Moscow also probably doesn't want any flaws in its most cutting-edge weapon systems to be exposed. Russian forces in Ukraine will continue to suffer casualties while using antiquated weapons as long as these restrictions remain in place. Stavros Atlamazoglu, a columnist for 1945 and a veteran of the Hellenic Army, 575th Marine Battalion and Army HQ, is an experienced defense journalist who focuses on special operations.